Hello, good morning. Let's see, let's do some testing first. Okay, good morning, good morning. If you can hear me good, if everything is good, give me a thumbs up just to let me know if you can hear me well and everything is good that we can start our Sunday speech today. Good? So, once more, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or wherever you are. And my name is Neide Mota for those who doesn't know me. And today I will give you the Sunday speech, our traditional Sunday speech. Right. Good morning, Eman. So first things first, let's start with our initial prayer, as usually. So I invite you, if you can, if it's possible, of course, to close your eyes. If you're not, you can just keep open and raise your thoughts to the Master Jesus, to the good spirituality. Let's ask then to be with us, to guide us through these studies of today, to bless us at this moment that we can open our heart and our mind to receive these words. And let's share this knowledge. We can enjoy and appreciate these moments. That God be with us. So be it. All right. Let me introduce you guys the talk of today. Oops, not this one. Just give me a second. From the beginning, I will introduce you the, the, the subject of today. Forgive me, sometimes the word just fly out from my mind. Today, we are going to talk about spirituality in our daily lives. And I confess this won't be more a normal talk as the usually we do, because I would like to do something different today. I would like to talk with you more in a conversation, to be true, more in a let's share here some thoughts and let's think together about this. So I invite you all to bear with me and to share any comment if you want, of course. Okay. And if there is any problem and the connection or something, please let me know. All right. And okay, I chose this subject today because I was thinking another day about how spirituality works in our life, in our daily life, to be true, on the day by day. And this it's funny how we expect the big things happen in our life, that we can realize that the spirituality is with us, or if let's say God is with us. We always expect for big signs, big events, or miracles, big miracles to happen. And if you just stop for a moment and think about small things that happen with us in our life, and small details, we can realize that spirituality is present in our lives every moment, every time, like 24/7. Doesn't matter if you are sleeping, if you are waking, if you are working, if you are cooking, and every moment, right? And I was think about one person, let's say one figure in our life that taught us a lot of things. So I invite you guys to let's get back in the history of the humanity, or in the history of the spirituality for this guy. I was Master Jesus. Oops, sorry, I forgot that I cannot close this window. If not, I will not be there. Da, 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 da. technology. I always fight with technology, as usually. Yeah, good, perfect. Because I can see, you can see, and it's good. So, if you back to the time that Jesus lived, and we stop to analyze the way that he lives his lives, how he presents himself, and how he lived basically, and he was the pure spirituality in person. Well, when he came to to present himself, to show himself to the world, he came in a very simple way, in a very natural way, without big stages, without big events, without need a big presentation, right? He just came as a normal person, the normal daily, doing the normal tasks every day, working with the apostles, going to fish with the guys mostly every days, and doing the normal life without big expectation, without big challenge. And at this moment, he always brought to us lessons in the most simple ways. He used the most simple daily task to give us the lessons about God, about the spirituality, and about life. He didn't wait for big moments. He didn't wait, as I said, for a big stage. He did it in a more natural and simple way, right? He just gathered people around, talk with them, sitting on the floor, on the stone, as for example in this picture, and always brought to us the most beautiful teachings. Right? And this is amazing. For example, when he came to invite the apostles to follow, when we have to have a conversation with them, he didn't call him for a meeting room with all the how can I say, all the preparations and all the time. He just sit with them in a table, in a dinner time, in a normal situation, talk to them, and in a normal, how can I say, the most simple way, right? And this to show us the simplicity of the life, the simplicity of the spirituality in our life. I think he's the most beautiful example that we can see, right? The most I don't call him an angel, but the most high spirit who lives on earth, that he could have, all the ceremonies, he be treated as a king, and he chose to do it in the most simple way, to show exactly to us that we don't need big ceremonies to do the things. We can do this in small little things. So, and of course, I brought this that I particularly think that very funny, to talk about expectations and reality, right? For example, I was saying before, when we expect to have big moments to show us that spirituality is with us, or I wish that an angel came to me to say that everything will be good, or everything will be fine, that this is gonna pass, and so on. And we expected to see this angel and a big, beautiful guy, strong and blonde, and come with these big wings from the heaven to come to us and say that I'm the angel who come here to bring you peace and love and blah blah blah. And we create this image in our minds about the expectations that we have, that how we wish things to be. And sometimes the things happen in a completely different way. The angel can appear for you in the form of a little kid, for example, and bring you a flower and say beautiful words for you, or just one word, and will bring you peace and love. Can come for you in a form of stuff in a shop when you are, despair, and sometimes then someone just look at you and smile. or even in a form of homeless, that you stand behind and this person have a gratitude and true thank you. So this is the form how spirituality works through our life every day. And because our biggest expectations, because of this image that we create in our mind, we don't realize that is there all the time, that is with us all the time in the most simple and beautiful things, and it's very funny because, for example, one example that I have in life, particularly in my life, for example, is Sheikh Xavier. For those who doesn't know, Sheikh Xavier was a medium who lives in Brazil, in the state of Minas Gerais, one of the most important persons that we had in the Spiritist movement in Brazil. He was the most simple person that I can see after Jesus, to be true, because I unfortunately I didn't have the opportunity to meet him in person, but I follow his work through television, through books, and through the others, because he did remarkable work and he left his mark for sure in this world. He used to work every day, without complaining. He works hours, and all his books that he wrote, more than 400 books. He didn't use the money to have a beautiful and rich life, but he used this to help people, and he still help even in these days after his disincarnate. He still help a lot of people with this job. A lot of institution lives through his works. So he's a very simple person that brought a lot to this world. And he used to live in a simple house, and he used to work sometimes from 2 p.m. till 4 a.m. in the morning without complaining, without stop. And the people who could follow him and be with him at the time was impressed by the dedication and by the strong power that he has to continue doing this, without complaining, and be able to continue and wake up on the other day and continue doing his tasks, without take a break. But why he was able to do this in this way? Because he was truly believe, in what he was doing, and he believed in the God, and he believed in the spirituality. He knew that he wasn't alone, and he was able to perform, the job that he has to do it. And look in the Gospel Accord Spiritism. If you go to the chapter 17, if it is the one that the Spiritism is, the title is "Be Perfect." The title of the chapter 17 of the Gospel Accord Spiritism. And it's funny because when you think about the Spiritism teachings and we hear this title, "Be Perfect," we expect them to teach us how to live a perfect life, or how to give us a formula to be perfect in this world. And it's not what has happened. If you go to a specific part in this chapter, as this item 10, is the worldly person. Or in a simple word, you can say, I'm a person of the world, And the Spirit says to us, a sentiment of compassion must always animate the heart of those who gather under the eye of the Lord, imploring the assistance of the good spirits. Therefore, purify your heart. Do not allow yourselves to be perturbed by futile and mundane thoughts. Lift up your spirits towards those you are calling, so that they, having encountered favored dispositions, may launch a profusion of seeds shows, with should germinate in your heart and produce the fruit of charity and justice. So basically, what the Spirit says to us, like one of the things that we have to do in life, to be compassion, to be, in another word, kind with our fellow beings, to be charitable, to be forgiveness, to forgive, to be true. Because to be perfect in this world doesn't mean that we have to be like angels, to be to give up our daily task, or to stop to live a human life and become, not I don't like to say monks, but this, to become like angels, to lock ourselves in a place to meditate 10 24/7 hours, and just you know do fasts and this kind of stuff, because this is not what they want for us. When they say, you know they want us to live a normal life. They want us to be in the world, because we are here to live. Because what is the purpose of the life? What is the purpose to God bringing us to this world, if it's not to live all the things that we have, all the to pass through all the stage in life that we have. Once they say to us to be perfect, in a sense of to work hours moral, to work hours imperfection, because we know that we know through the spiritist teachings that we are here to progress, to become perfect as God, because that's what they say. But this is not one thing that will happen in just one life. This is not one thing that will happen in just one incarnation. This is a process that we are going through, and is slowly, and is sometimes it's painful, to be true. But we have to keep going, and but we have to go and stage by stage, without try to jump on the process. And one thing that they say here, like we have to connect ourselves, to call for those who are higher in the moment that we need, but not with the words, but with our heart, to truly connect with the spirit lights, with the spirits, the good spirits, but not with our intellectual, but using our heart, using our sentiments. Because one thing is to use intellectual, and another thing is to use the sentiment, and we know that intellect can be acquired through studies and through knowledge. But if you don't connect with your sentiments, with your moral, doesn't mean that you get the what you have to do, what you get to learn. And on the same, they continue on the same chapter, on the same part. Therefore, do not think that certainly exhorting you to prayer and mental evocate the wish to advise you to live a mystic life that keeps you outside the law and society in which you have been condemned to live. No, life live with the men and women in your time in the way that men and women should live. Observe the social necessities, even the flavorities of the day, but do not with a sentiment of purity, which may sanctify them. So it's like we are talking before. We have to understand that we have to live the life here, always be part of the society, but with our responsibility, hours paper, because I was thinking, I have a time in life when I thought that I could isolate myself to from the society because I couldn't handle the bad or the imperfection of the others, or my own imperfection, let's say. And the solution was to live alone without be part of the society. But what they say to us is exactly the opposite way, that we have to participate in our life. We have to live the accordingly with our time. We have to be part of this. But be part of this doesn't mean that we have to accept or we have to do wrong things or to accept what is wrong. We have to do our part in a way that, okay, I'm living this society, and what can I do to help this to grow? What can I do to help this to help the society to improve myself, and to improve those who are around me, right? Because what's the point to come here to live incarnation, to live alone without get participate in this, and what we're gonna get? Basically nothing. So we have to be part. We have to take responsibility for the things that has happened. And a good example that I can think is, for example, let's get the situation that we are living right now. We are living in a very complicated times. We are living a pandemic time when we never thought that could happen with us, and suddenly the whole world got sick, and we have to isolate ourselves, and we get to deal with this virus in a way that we never imagined that it could be possible. And why this happened? Why this is happening now, and how we can use this to get to get better. You know, because we see that this is a kind of call, is a shake up for us, because the world is sick, and this is what they want to show to us, I think. Like, look, we are telling you the world is sick, you are doing many things wrong, so stop it. No, it's time to stop and think, what are you doing, how you live, what is what's your duty in the society, what you do in this world. So take a time to reflect on this, take a time to see what you are doing. And we had a very good time to think about this, to think about what has happened, how we are living, how we are our performance, our duty in this world. you know we are living this for the last 2 years, and unfortunately I can see it, some people didn't realize, because once that we start to relax, and everybody want this back to the society, they start to commit the same things again. We didn't, some people or us didn't change anything. We didn't make any effort to change the way that we are living. So that is very dangerous, because it's exactly a wake up for us. We have to wake up now, to analyze the things that we can change. We saw so many good examples that happened during this time that we were in lockdown. We had the world had a time to regenerate itself in a way, and was beautiful. It's like a example to show to us, look what we need, what we are need right now, like we have to do, you know. And after everything is open again, unfortunately, the things start to happen again, and all the problems back, and all the people start to fight again for the same reasons. So that is a situation that we have to stop and think, because if you not change ours behave, if we not change our way to think and how to get better, how to improve this world. The pandemic, the catastrophes, and the other things will continue happen. Will continue happen to shake us, to try to wake up us, you know. And unfortunately, we continue doing the same mistakes. But I hope that we can change on time. Time. So because think again about the spirituality presence in our daily life. You know, that is spirituality working. You know, this is God works all the time, and even in the bad moments, if it is bad tragic that happen, is to show us, you know, to give us some kind of signs. But we don't. Sometimes we what happens we ignore the signs. We ignore the law. It's like for example, let's use a example of a fisherman. A fisherman, he's a professional of the sea, let's say. So he has to understand how the sea works, how the waters works. What is the proper moment that he can go to the sea to fish, and how to navigate through the waters. He has to understand how the winds works. He has to understand the law of the sea, the law of nature, and then he read the signs. He respect the signs because if he doesn't, he will die. If he go to the sea on the wrong moment, on the wrong day, he can die, and that's not the point. He want to get his fish, to get his job done, you know. And when we take this example and we can apply in our life. It's exactly sometimes what we do. We don't read the signs. We don't follow the rules of the world or the rules of the universal rules or universal laws. Okay, God made the laws and the rules to run the world in a proper way. But most of the times, what we do, we want to bully these rules. We want to fool the rules to be true, and we want to make things happen in our way, in our time. We don't respect the time. We don't respect the moment. We want just because I want this now, and I want to make this happen because I want like that, or because I idealize in my mind that I want this life or I want this, and I want the whole world to change to satisfy my desire instead of read the signs, instead of respect the nature, respect the rules of the world, and go with the flow and adapt myself and wait the right moment and work on this. Instead of do this, we always want to jump and make the things work in our way, and then in that it's why we are living this moment. That's why we are passing through so many things in our life, and we don't realize. You know, it's like they say that one of the principal rules of the universal law is action and reaction. When we broke the rules, we have the consequence. You know, and unfortunately, we don't realize that sometimes. We just keep doing and keep broke the rules, keep broke the law, and we keep get the consequences. And instead of stop and look what we are doing wrong, stop and say, okay, what I'm doing here, what is why this is happening with me. Instead of do this, what we do, we blame the others, we blame the situation, we blame the universe, we blame God, we blame the bad people around us, the environment, the whatever. We find something to blame, to don't take responsibility for our act, or to not fix what is need to fix. That's easy. Of course not. No, of course not. We are human beings full of imperfection, still in a stage that is still full of imperfection. And it's difficult to look to our imperfection and see that, okay, there is something wrong here and I have to change or I have to work on. How will you do this? How is the way? No, it's difficult to do it. Instead of to do this, we just find a way to skip, you know, that problem or ignore that problem and simply keep going with our life as nothing has to change. And that's the big mistake that we do because one of the point, one of the reason to be here is to improve, but not improve just in technology, for example, because if you compare the world how was before from the beginning to the day that we are now, we have a big improvement and intelligence improvement. The human being, intellectual speaking, evolved, had a huge improvement. But unfortunately, in the moral sense, we just give one little step. We didn't follow the intellectual. The moral didn't follow the intellectual. And that is the reason that we still have so much challenge, so many things happening in this planet, because the moral and the intellectual is not on the same balance. No. And when the moral arrive to the point of the intellectual right now, then we will have a big improvement. Because what is the things that we need to improve? We need to improve in our selfishness. We need to improve in our kindness, in our in ours. It's better if I read because I always forget these words. Horrible. Yeah. He's on the beginning of the chapter. Ah. Hmm. Why I never find what I want to name it? Okay. But yes, it's always selfishness and pride and all the imperfection that we have that I cannot remember right now the names in English because my mind is not working properly. Thank you. But yes, but what is important is we need to improve our moral, our imperfection to be able to follow the intellectual, because as Jesus taught us to be perfect, you have to love each other. We have to be kind with each other. We have to practice charity with each other. And how many of these we are doing? How many of these we are putting in practice? We continue to be selfish. We continue to be working, doing things with our pride because we don't want the others to know what they are think about me, what they think about this, what the others will think if I do that or if I do this. We still too small in this sense, instead of think about what should I do, how should I act, how Jesus want me to deal with this, or how could I do this if I was in the position, you know, of Jesus, for example, to get the right answer. No, we still doing always take always decisions based into what the other will think, what will be better for myself, without think about the consequences of the acts. And that's why we still paying the price for that. And that's a good part. As Christ said, perfect is not found entirely in the practice of absolute clarity, but the duties of charity is extend to all society positions, from the lowest to the high. Those who live in an isolation world have no charity to practice. It's only through contact with their fellow beings in the most arduous struggle that they find an opportunity to practice. Thus, those who isolate themselves intentionally deprive themselves to the most powerful means of perfection, since they have only themselves to think. To think, their lives are those of a selfish person. That's what I was saying before. So, if I decide to isolate myself from the society, if I decide to isolate myself in an island just to not deal with the problems of the world, what's the sense to be here? It'll be a waste of my life. It'll be a waste of my incarnation doing that. We need to be in contact with the others. We need to be in contact with the 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 hard person, that they are in our life to grow. Think about, for example, that co-worker that you have that is like I stun in your shoes, let's say, because I cannot use the other word. But that will go to work every day, and that person, it's so hard to deal with, and you'll be there, and I have to deal with them. We have to work together, and you struggle to work with this person. Probably this person is in your life to teach you something, to show you something, to show that there is something on you that you have to work on, or there is something there that they want to show you. So instead of just be angry and try to get yourself rid of the person, why we not analyze what is the function of this person in our life? Why this person is there? Why you are going through this problem with this person? What the life want to show you exactly? Because we many times we just want to be rid of them. We don't want to deal with them. That difficult person in your life. It doesn't matter if it's in your work. It doesn't matter if it is in your family. It doesn't matter if it's in your society. You just want to. I don't want to deal with them, so I don't want to go to that event because I know the person will be there. I don't want to deal with them. You try to avoid these persons. We try to avoid that situation. Even in our family, one brother or sister, or even our father or mom, that will try to avoid to deal with them. That is a big mistake, because you have to deal with them, or we have to deal with that situation. Doesn't matter if it's now or late. If you want to be now, you'll be late. If not to be late, you'll be in the next incarnation. So better now, I can say. That's how I try to always joke and say it's better deal with this now than wait for the next incarnation. The next incarnation, I want to be relaxed and enjoy, you know. But to this happen, I have to deal with my problems now, and have to look at that and say, okay, let's see what I can learn from this. Let's see what this situation wants to show me. What's the problem here? And yeah, it's not easy, but it's necessary. Like they say here, it's necessary for our improvement and to make us reach the perfection. Because we all want to reach the perfection, but we don't want to deal with the struggle to get the perfection. And if we continue to avoid that, they continue to be with us. So better now than late. How is that? So let's see. No. Hop, hop, back. No, back. Right. So yes. So Rubitude is a short talk that I would like to bring to you, to share with you these thoughts today, guys, because more I think about how to improve to get a better life, how more we think about how to make things better, especially in this moment that we are passing now. More I see and more I read on the spiritist teaching that is the only way is getting through, is deal with the problems, is be part of the problem and try to solve it and not to avoid. Because more we delay, more will be to get the perfection. So let's reflect about how we can live better and how we can do better in our society, in our family, and for ourselves. Because the times that we are going through now is not easy, it's very hard, but we have to look this and try to get the best that we can to make the things better in the future and not to avoid them, basically, and try to see the simple things and the signs that the spirituality is putting your way every day, as I said, because we have spirituality work. The spirituality is work in our life 24/7 every day. So let's try to see the small signs that they are bringing to us, the small details, instead of wait for the big sign, you know, instead of wait for something big happen to change your life. You know, let's take let's go and see the things simple. The simple thing sometimes is the one that is most important. So appreciate the simple things in life. Appreciate the everyday morning when you wake up and you breathe and you meet your loved ones, and enjoy the moments with them. Enjoy the opportunity that you have to live with those who you love, and try to read the signs. As I said, I think the read the signs is the one thing that we need to learn, because this sign is the universal rules, the universal law working through and try to show to us the best way to live, the way that we have to follow, in a simple way. And if you have any question or any comment, feel free to tell, because we are here on this boat together. The, the, the objective is to grow together here. And I just go through with you guys the hours activities. As you know, we still close. We still have hours activities, everything online. Unfortunately, we don't have a date when we're gonna back to have our presential meetings. And I miss that so much, and I believe that you as well. But hold strong, because maybe next year, if the things getting better and the things in the government is open, they establish slowly. I really hope that next year we can back at least with small activities for the small groups of people, and with luck we can back to normal one day. Have to be patient, but don't worry, soon we have a date, soon we have any news about, we're gonna post in our Facebook page. So keep follow us for informations, okay? For a while, our activities is happen every Tuesday, 7:15 p.m. We have our talk show. Thursdays as well. It's usually Stephen or me or Samantha, or we are together doing kind of a conversation. It's very nice when you can give your opinion. We can make questions and participate. So it's quite cool. And our Sunday public speech that it's happened every Sunday, as usually. And on Tuesday we are having our virtual pass or virtual healing. That has happened 8:30 p.m. every Tuesday, just after the talk show. And it's quick, like it's something that's not take long. If you want to get, you just have to turn on in our YouTube page. Is online, and you have to prepare yourself, put your cup of water or your water beside you, and connect with your mentor, and we have a healing together. On Wednesday, we are having usually our studies group. It's happened this in a closed page in our Zoom page. If you want to take part or to be part of our studies group, you have to send an email to. You put the email here because it'll be easy. Where is my email? Here. Here. You have to send an email to spiritusireland@gmail.com to get a link to participate in our studies group every Wednesday from 8 o'clock till usually 9, 9:15. We don't take longer than this. So at the moment we are studying the Spiritist book. No. So everyone is very welcome to participate. And I think that's it. Is there announcements? No announcements today. I just want to thanks everyone, and I believe that there is no questions, so that's good. I believe. Hope that is clear, and I hope that you guys enjoy. And I stop that. Oh no, I would like to invite you for the last. I prepared some very nice for us to finish today. One of my favorite prayers, that is the words is fantastic, and that I think is bring us all the joy and just where is it? Da-da-da-da. Now it don't want to work. Why? Why don't want to work? Oh, come on. Technology. Why? No. Okay. No. Just a second. I think I find it. Oh, cannot share the way, but I will do different way. Yeah. I invite you guys to do the San Francis prayer with me for us to finish today.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it's in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen.
So I think that's it, guys. Thank you very much. And just a quick reminder that I want to say, if you have interest in the or you want a spirit book or gospel accord spiritism, if you want to buy it, you are here in Ireland, please send us the email and we can ship this for you. You can send by post, so if you want, it's a spirit book and the gospel accord spiritism, we have it and we can ship for you. Okay. I wish you all a very good Sunday. Enjoy and be safe. See you again soon.